So, I am quite struck by the fact that Mr. David Yao was an outside contractor while also a government employee. Aside from the fact that, as best we can tell, he was contracted out to do absolutely nothing as part of the whole arrivescam process, the reason you contract out is apparently because you don't have the expertise inside the public service. That's the whole idea of contracting out. We don't have the expertise internally, so we're going to contract out. So what an absolutely absurd, bizarre spectacle to have the contracting out to a person who is also a government employee. I want to ask a few questions about this. Mr. Hubé, fundamentally, is this allowed?
So I can't talk about this particular case, but fundamentally to your question, sir.
Why not? That's what you're here to do.
So the directive on conflict of interest says it's not disallowed, but it really raises flag to the effect if you're going to have a second employment, if there's going to be any perceived or real conflict of interest, you need to disclose it. So
okay. Sorry, I'm gonna jump in on a few points. Number one, why can't you discuss this specific case? Number two, to say it's allowed but it raises flags. I mean, clearly that's a bit of a problem. It's either allowed or it's not allowed. Yeah. And in fairness to Mr. Yao, it was on his LinkedIn profile, so it was kind of hiding in plain sight.
So I can't talk about this case because I don't know exactly the work that was delivered. I have no clue about the contract itself.
Well, one thing is clear, though. Aside from the particulars of the work done, he worked for Veterans Affairs Canada. Yeah. That department got contracts from Dalian. Dalian did work, received money through the arrivescam process. It was on his LinkedIn profile that he was both a government employee and a contractor. So based on that, is that allowed?
So let me be clear. If there was a conflict of interest, no, it's not allowed.
Okay, that's a heck of a caveat, though, sir.
Okay,
so
we can't prevent someone from having a second job. For example, your dad's got a shop somewhere. You go at night and you help him out. That's not prohibited.
Okay, but me selling ice cream on the corner while also working for the government is not the same as selling to the same department that I work for. So can you just tell us directly? You said if it's a conflict of interest, then it's a problem. I think it's pretty clear that it is a conflict of interest, and therefore it's a problem.
There's an investigation into that. That's why I'm refraining myself from talking about it. D&D is looking into it. If there is a conflict
part of the problem in this whole
issue.
process is that we seem unwilling to call a spade a spade. Like this, the department was selling to the company that he worked for while he was also an employee of the department. So you know, how many investigators do you need to figure out that that's a conflict of interest?
Mr. Chair, I think I'm being actually forthcoming here. I'm telling pretty much a spade is a spade in a sense. If there is a conflict of interest, yes, it was a problem. There is an investigation. I'm not privy to those information.
Okay.
I have no clue. There could be an explanation. So I'm going to let that roll out. But I think I'm being forthcoming and saying absolutely there's a problem.
I'm going to bang through a few other quick questions in the time I have left. Last week, my colleague Larry Brock asked for a list of all government employees who are using the Yao double dipping model. Do you have that list available?
We for all government, no.
Okay, for all government employees.
Like who else is?
Now, for all
this can't be the only one.
We don't have that list. No, absolutely. We've got a list inside TBS of our employees that did declare potential conflicts and
okay, how many within TBS are there?
Madame Cahill will.
So thank you, Mr. Chair. So for TBS, we have 52 employees who have dual employment, 165 employees, including 40 executive.
Sorry, I'm not asking about just dual employment like they sell ice cream on the weekends. I'm asking people that are contractors to the government and employees of the government at the same time. How many do you have at TBS on that?
So we have none of those that have like dual employment within the government of Canada as contractors.
Okay. So is there work being done compiling a list across government? Because my colleague asked for that list.
Can I come back to, I said, it doesn't fall in, but we'll check.
I think this committee will agree to order the production of a list of all government employees who are also employed with or own contracting companies that do work for the government of Canada.
Thank you very much.
Can I just get the agreement of the committee to?
Yeah, so, well, pardon me. Of the committee, no, there
whatever
was,
the process
there
is.
was, Ms. Chupa, you had suggested you could provide the committee with something. I just want to make sure our analyst,
No, I didn't, like I said,
or-
this doesn't fall under my purview, but
Okay.
definitely if there's an ask from the committee, I mean, we'll have to figure out, departments will be on the hook to give the information
Okay.
to someone, so we could give it to the committee, or we'll give it to we'll have to figure that out, obviously.